For the third time in recent weeks, the Supreme Court has expressed its dissatisfaction with the handling of the case involving farmers run over in Lakhimpur Kheri last month, allegedly by the Union Minister Ajay Mishra's son Ashish Mishra. We don't want to add to political overtones. Let a retired High Court judge oversee the case. That's what the Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, said, berating the Uttar Pradesh government over poor progress in the investigation. It's not going the way we expected, is what he said.
For the third time, tough words for the UP government from the Supreme Court, this time virtually alleging favoritism by the state in probing the role of the son of a union minister accused in the killing of farmers.
The police had registered 2 FIRs, one against Ashish Mishra for the deaths of 4 farmers and another against farmers for killing BJP workers. But a 3-judge bench of the Supreme Court led by the Chief Justice of India today said the police probe was tilted much towards probing the FIR against the farmers. One particular accused being given benefits. Evidence is being collected in a way to protect one accused, the court said. Accused being given benefit by overlapping 2 different FIRs, the court said. Harish Salve, lawyer for the UP government, responded, saying that the overlapping of FIRs was because there was confusion over murder of journalist Raman Kashyap.
The BJP had initially claimed that Kashyap was killed by farmers, but it later emerged that he was allegedly overrun by the cars in the convoy of the minister's son.
Salve, however, admitted that there are political overtones to everything that is happening. The Chief Justice of India said, we don't want to add to political overtones. Let a retired judge oversee this. The judge should be from another state, not from the UP High Court. The court even gave the state government suggestions on who could head the probe.
उन्होंने दो नाम को सुझाया भी, एक जस्टिस रंजीत सिंह का जो पंजाब एंड हरियाणा हाई कोर्ट के हैं और दूसरे और आर्मी बैकग्राउंड के भी थे शायद, और उन्होंने कहा कि उनको जो है क्रिमिनल की ज़्यादा जानकारी भी है। दूसरे जो है जस्टिस राकेश कुमार हैं।
Ashish Mishra was arrested on the 9th of October, 6 days after the Lakhimpur Kheri incident. He is currently in jail.
The court was also unhappy with the pace of the probe, saying that it gave 10 days to the UP government to file its status report, yet not much progress had been made and things were not going the way the court expected. With Alok Pandey in Lucknow and camera person Ashok Mahale in New Delhi, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
All right, so some very strong observations by the Supreme Court today. We'll be looking at that. I'm joined by the BJP leader Alok Vat, Supriya Shinate still with us from the Congress Party, Ashwani Dubey, advocate in the Supreme Court. With us, Dr. Darshan Pal, President of the Krantikari Kisan Union, joins us as well. I'd like to thank you all very much for being with us. Alok Vat, let me come to you first. Is it not embarrassing that this is the third time that the Supreme Court would have to haul up the handling of this particular case? They've said, they've observed today, and I quote, there is nothing in the status report. Lab reports also have not come.
Yes, I admit that it is embarrassing for us what the Supreme Court has commented on the way that things are going. But let me tell you one thing, that they have specified now that it should be probed by, they have suggested 2 names, and I think the government will ensure that one of the judges heads this whole probe and let things go on that way. But yes, according to me, the whole drama is taking place like this only because the minister is still sticking to his post. Normally, in my opinion, he should have resigned and waited till the outcome of the case. And if he was, not guilty, then he could have again become the minister. It's his position that has made us so embarrassing.
Mr. Vats?
For things.
Mr. Vats, you wanted the MOS, you want the MOS home to step down, is that right?
Advani ji has done it in the past. Lal Bahadur Shastri did it in the past. There have been several leaders, when they have been accused of anything, they have stepped down and waited till the outcome of the result. I think he should have also done that. Why all this hue and cry? Only because he is sticking to the post. People think
does your party endorse that view of yours, that the MOS home should step down?
Beg your pardon?
does your party endorse that view that the MOS home should step down?
I think sooner or later they'll have to do this, because this is now too much. The way the Supreme Court has said, it is highly embarrassing for us as of today.
All right, that's a very interesting observation. Supriya, would you like to just comment on that? A BJP leader actually saying that the MOS home has to step down.
I would first like to thank and also compliment Alok Vatsji for accepting the truth and saying it as is. I think it needs a lot of courage, especially in a party like the BJP, where he may be reprimanded or may have to face action for what he has said. However, I would just want to add one thing. Ajay Mishra Teni may want to stick to his position and not resign. And he's in an extremely influential position. He's the Minister of State for Home Affairs, especially when his son is the main accused. Why can he not be sacked? And that decision rests with the Prime Minister and the Home Minister solely. He can be sacked and we can move ahead, and there can be a completely fair and independent probe. When the courts say that the accused is being given benefits by trying to overlap FIRs, the court is alluding to the fact that there is a very influential man in the government that's trying to save him. And that man may not resign. He may want to stick to his position because he may have no moral compass. But does the BJP government have no moral compass at all? Has the moral compass been lost for the Prime Minister as well as the Home Minister? Why can they not sack him? And it is something that they can do within 2 minutes if they desire to. The man shares a stage with Amit Shah in Lucknow during an election rally. We really expect Amit Shah to sack him. I think he has complete endorsement of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister.
All right, let me just go across to Ashwini Dubey. Mr. Dubey, a few of the other observations by the court. It's not going the way that we expected, right? We don't want to add to political overtones. Let a retired judge oversee this. And you know, they were replying to what Harish Salve said for the UP government, where he said there are political overtones to everything that is happening. The Chief Justice said we don't want to add overtones. Let a retired judge oversee this. Is this the only way that there'd be justice in this case? Let there be a retired judge who will oversee the proceedings on a day-by-day basis.
Thank you very much, Vishnuji, for having me here. Vishnuji, at a time when investigation is ongoing and crucial evidences with respect to this offence is being gathered, and it appears to the court that the investigation is not being conducted in a fair and transparent manner, then the courts, in its discretion, may monitor an investigation into an offence when it is satisfied that either the investigation is not being proceeded with or being influenced by interested person. As a student of law, I would speak the law and what I have read from the various Supreme Court judgments, Vishnuji. In the rare and compelling circumstances, if it appears to the apex court or any other court that there are overlapping of the evidences or evidences may be destroyed, then the court may monitor an investigation to ensure that the investigating agency conducts the investigation in a free, fair and time-bound manner without any external interference. Now the question here is that it means that the court is intended to ensure the proper progress of the investigation without directing or channelizing the mode or manner of the investigation. Yep. Here, under the Commissions of Inquiry Act, one former High Court judge of Uttar Pradesh was already appointed as the chairperson to look into the investigation, but the Supreme Court, being the top court, apex court, was not satisfied with the action taken by the Uttar Pradesh government, and then finally Supreme Court took this decision. So here is the case. Until and unless the investigation is completed in a free, fair, impartial manner, and all the evidences with respect to the FIR is gathered and charge sheet is filed, Vishnuji, respected Vishnuji, in the court, till the time the court will supervise it and monitor it that the probe is uninfluenced by any political person who is either in the party at the top position, is the minister or whatever it is.
Dr. Darshan Pal, do you believe that this is the way to go? One of the other key points mentioned by the Supreme Court was that there appears that the SIT is unable to maintain a distance between the two FIRs, right?
Yes.
Do you believe that this is perhaps the most important observation today?
Yes, the observation of the Supreme Courts are very correct, that the witnesses of 219 and 220 FIRs, they are being overlapped. I know the witnesses of our side of FIR 219, they were very much worried. They were horrified, and the people were not coming forward. And until and unless Supreme Court takes such a strong view of the case, the witnesses won't come forward. Even if Supreme Court wants them to give the security to them, they won't come forward. So in this case, I think the Supreme Court has very strongly taken the view that there should be another judge from another high court who should look after day-to-day investigation of the case. In this way, I think the MOS should immediately resign from his post, Prime Minister, Home Minister should take his resignation, or he should be thrown out of the Home Ministry, because Home Ministry is the main ministry which is looking after all the home department of the country, and especially of the UP also.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you all very much for joining us. It's the third time that the Supreme Court has pulled up the process of investigation. I'd like to leave it there.